Hey everybody, it's Sonjdradeluxe, and today we're doing no lashes, hella extra glam. Mcgrath came out with a new mascara, the FetishEYES mascara, but not one lash, just this. I'll explain more of it later. I've had lots of requests for false/free tutorials. I always had a hard time because I feel like my lashes always go flat or they're just too short or whatever. So this came out and now lashes are popping. So we're gonna explore this mascara together, do a really dope eye look. I threw a lip in there too, you know. I've been waiting to talk about this since I went to Tokyo, Japan with Mcgrath Labs. I'll talk a little bit about my trip, and I've included some behind the scenes footage at the end of the video. Check it out and I hope you enjoy. So I've already got my foundation, bronzer, eye breezies on. You know, it's an eye tutorial. Most of my videos I do everything, but I thought I'd skip right to the good stuff. So let's zoom in. To start, I'm gonna use the Mcgrath Labs Mothership Sublime Bronze Temptation palette. And I'm gonna start with this cute little fella right here. I'm gonna take a nice blendy brush. Usually when I do my contour too, or my bronzing, I put a little bronzer in my creases just as like a first transition, but this is going to be our main squeeze transition. So product on one side and then flipping it over to the other side to kind of sculpt where our crease is. And I'm just exaggerating my crease shape. This kind of helps to draw the eyes open a little bit more. I'm very excited to use the mascara and do this tutorial because sometimes it's very easy to make your eyes pop in with lashes. I'm not doing that today. Cool. I'm gonna blend a bit of that same color underneath my lash line, the smaller brush, which will help to draw the eyes open as well. And just kind of creates a little shadow. Looks like we've done the most, but we have not. Next, same smaller brush. I'm gonna go into the darkest shade here, and we're gonna pretend to create a little eyeliner. Now I'm doing this with brown, and I'm not using eyeliner. I mean, you could, but I like the soft smokiness of a powder. And when you're doing something like an intense black mascara, the little bit of brown will help to change your eye shape. I'm hoping to elongate and make it, open it up a little bit. But the black eyelashes will really stand out against this deep brown. So it carries almost like a black, but it's still softer. So you're gonna get that drama and the shape without using black. Sometimes black liner just blends in with the lashes too much. So I wanted to use this shadow. And it's in the palette, hello. We're using what we got. Same thing on this side. Just imagining a line going from your bottom row of lashes and pulling it in. I just like to draw a line and then see how I do. Little finger if you want. And then I like to drag it out to almost make like an infinity line, if that makes sense. Not like an infinity sign, like a sideways 8, but it never really ends. You don't want to really see the end. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but I do not. I just want to get that shadow. Blur it in a little bit, you know. Next, I'm going to go into this. It's hard for me to show how it reflects because I just have continuous lighting, but this kind of reflects like a cranberry / antiqued gold green color. So I'm going to take that because I think it's a very interesting color, starting from the inner parts of my eyelid. And the reason why I wanted to do something that kind of changes color like this is because sometimes using such a dark shade all over your lids can close them up, and this is a way to get depth that moves with you. So in one angle it could be gold, it could be green, it could be pink. You're just keeping people on their toes, you know? And it creates a really nice backdrop for the lashes. That's such a cool color. Same thing on the outer part of the lid, almost like a halo effect. I'm gonna let that blend into the crease and into our little line that we made. You can help it blend by going back into your blending brush with no more product on it. We're just giving it a nice blend. But this is a good way of creating a smoky eye without looking like you got punched in the eye, you know? Very important. Same thing on this side, pulling it in that kind of halo shape, using a small amount. I love how this reflects. Then I'm going to use my finger and I'll go into this shade here which kind of has the same reflective, I don't know if you can see that, reflective qualities as the one beside it, just more gold. And I'm gonna put that right in the center of our eyes. Again, something that kind of moves with you. And I'll let it blend to the outer bits a little bit. But just that, you see how it just rounds out my eye a little bit? But we still get that angle from the liner we did. It just kind of makes your whole eye look bigger. Cute. And of course, if you need to, go ahead and blend. Once again, I'm going to take that same color and I'm going to go right underneath my lash line. The same color being the gold we just did to mix in with the transition shade we did. And I'll also do just a touch underneath our wing to sharpen it up a little bit. So much dimension. Then, sorry, that wasn't the lightest shade. This one is right here. And I like that there's a little bit of the pink on the top, so I want to leave that there, but I want to pull this out quite a bit. And I'm only doing the bottom inner part of my eye. I think I'm just going to sharpen up our line a little bit more. Tap over top so it's a little darker, because I put a little bit of that frosty frost on it. But they're still smoky. We just totally changed the eye shape. Now before I move on to the star of the show, I want to do a little bit of blush. So I'm going to take the Makeup Forever Artist Face Color in S310. I want to look rosy. And I'm just going to use a tiny bit on the apples of our cheeks. Then I'm going to go into the Pat McGrath Lab Sublime Skin Highlighter. As you can see, it's totally well loved. Now let me just show you what these look like real quick. So these are 3 finger swatches. I'm gonna go kind of in between the bronze and the pink, starting with the bronzy shade. Right down the center of the nose. And on the very highest points of my cheekbones. Top lip. And then I'll go into the pinky shade and just kind of blend it in over top. So mix in with our blush. You know what? That pinky shade's cute. This one. I'm gonna put some in the inner corner of my eyes, because why not? Cool. I feel like we got a lot of drama without it looking too intense. You know what I mean? Okay. The new Pat McGrath Fetish Eyes Mascara. Very excited about this. We actually went to Tokyo, Japan to accompany her backstage at the Valentino Tokyo show. I mean, it was insane. It was really cool. I've never been to Japan or Asia really. So it was a super cool experience. Always wanted to go to Japan. And I got to be backstage at the Valentino show. Like, stunning, 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 stunning show. And of course the makeup was super cool. I'm gonna leave some behind the scenes footage at the end of this video. It's so amazing to see Pat McGrath work and just watching your idol and see her creativity and her team working. It was stunning and everything looked beautiful. She introduced me to freaking Pier Paolo, the designer. Valentino. And he said any friend of Pat's is a friend of mine. So I'm like, oh my god. Pretty sure we're all best friends now. But it was really cool. So I was, and every time I see Pat, I fangirl and turn into a blubbering little idiot because I'm just too shook to be calm and be a normal person, so I'm always quite embarrassing. But anyways, it's really cool. Forever grateful for experiences like this. I feel extremely blessed. So of course we're going there. I was like, something has to be launching, and it was this mascara. So actually when I went backstage and I saw Pat for the first time, she had one full beautifully, you know, fanned out set of lashes that were her own, and she's like, sorry, I look crazy, I'm testing out the new mascara. And I'm like, that's really cool because all of this is tested backstage, and of course she's the most iconic and influential makeup artist in the world, so she knows. The brush hairs are actually really unique too. They almost have little hookies on them or something, so it helps to pull every lash you didn't know you had out and fan it out. It doesn't give you like crispy lashes, and it doesn't weigh them down. Sometimes a really intense mascara weighs your lashes down, so it's hard for me. Mine are curled up and they're not very long. It's hard for me to find some that can get enough volume without them falling and looking just like a straight line. Bottom lashes, it doesn't matter as much if they're weighed down because they're pointing down anyways, but I have a hard time finding mascara that I feel confident with wearing on its own by itself without it falling. So this is very lightweight. It's actually conditioning for your lashes. And like I said, the bristles are just like, it looks really interesting because it doesn't look like your typical brush bristles. They kind of, instead of it being just like a regular spoolie, like they almost look like they're flat tipped. So I think that's because they have that little bit of like a hook or something on each bristle that helps to pull the lashes and make them separated and defined and delicious. Also super black formula, which I think is very important because I don't know why they make soft black mascara. I guess if you're super blonde or have very light lashes, but even still, like, soft black is gray. So this is hella black, hella dramatic, and so I can just stop blabbing about it and let me show you what it looks like. Maybe I'll even get in a touch closer so you can see the drama unfold. So I always like to do just a very light coat, like barely touching my lashes to get them all kind of black and to comb them out. And then once they are black, I like to wiggle back and forth and release. But you can even see how they're lifted, separated, hella extra, hella dramatic, ready to party. And I don't like crispy mascara because I always feel like it tears my lashes out when I try and take it off. And as someone who doesn't have a lot of lashes, it's a big deal if I lose some lashes. Okay, I don't have many to begin with. I always like to put a little extra on the outer edge because I always like the drama on the end. Look at that, even just how much more open and how this totally changes my eye shape is crazy. Oh, I was gonna show you before and after of both. But anyways, I think you saw. I'm gonna do quite a bit on the top on this one. And then sometimes I just even put a little extra on the tip because I am extra. You see what I mean about the backdrop of the shadow too? Having such bold black lashes, it doesn't take away from the separation of the lashes. And the same thing on the bottom, we made that little drop, that backdrop for these lashes that are about to be quite intense. Usually when I do no lashes, I do a pretty minimal amount of mascara on the bottom, but I think just for the sake of showing you how this looks, I'm going to, you know, do the most. Look at that. Been waiting for a while to share this mascara with you guys. Let's do some lips. I'm thinking we've got like this really unique, soft, natural dramatic type of eye, which is giving us all kinds of eye shape, little dimension, little bit of dazzle. Let's do some lips, and I think let's go bold with lips, why not? So for lips today, I'm gonna start with the Perma Ultra Lip Pencil. Mcgrath, nicely sharpened with a sharpener they always come with. And you know, sometimes me and bold lips just you know, we struggle a little bit, but this is a very smooth liner, so wish me luck. My lips are a little bit dry, but I'm going to show you the lip color I'm choosing. One side done. Same thing on the bottom. It's very hard to talk and do lip liner at the same time, so just try and squeeze things in between strokes. And I like to use the side of my pencil when I'm doing this just so I can have a little bit more control. I'm gonna use the Mcgrath Matte Trans Lipstick in Minami. Now what's really neat about this is matte and it almost has like a velvet texture on the outside, but I feel like there's like the softest, finest touch of gold pearl in this. So the reason why I love this, and I have a hard time with liquid lips, is sometimes they're so dry they make my lips look more textured, and because they're quite dry and textured right now, it's winter color. The little bit of reflecting bits in this I feel like smooths the texture on the lips, so definitely a fan. But just see what you think. It's like it still looks matte, but it has this almost something in it. See what I mean? The little gold? My lips look smooth even though I can see if I go really up close the flakes that want to come off on my lips, but it just looks smooth. Cute. Let's get this headband off. Alrighty, so that completes our look. I think we still look really extra. No falsies required, lashes still poppin', eyes still poppin', mascara is definitely poppin'. As I mentioned in the beginning, stay tuned to the end for some behind the scenes of my Tokyo trip with Mcgrath and her team Did any of you guys catch any of the snaps or IG stories of what went down in Japan? I had a freaking blast. So thank you so much to Pat Mcgrath and her team for including me in these amazing experiences so that I can come home and share them all with you. We can all be backstage together. It's always truly, truly, truly an honor. And hopefully one of these days I'll stop being so fangirl in front of Pat Mcgrath and can just be a normal person. But I doubt that day is coming anytime soon. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and follow. Love yourself, stay pretty, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. Take care.